Hi, today I will teach you about lean management as a part of post graduation on Lean Six Sigma course. We'll see what is lean and what is the management, how you are going to handle the lean management in any industry. So let's quickly we can start. So these are the content for the next 1 hour. What we are going to discuss on the lean management. Basically, if any methodology or whatever maybe you would like to know what is the definition of lean management, and second one is what is the why we have to implement the lean management in different industries. Now today the industries are all talking about lean management, cost savings and everything. So we'll see what is the need of lean management in different types of industries. And third point is a history of lean evaluation and the lean principles and what are the different types of wastes and examples of waste in different industrial scenarios. Definitely, on closing this session, you would like to know all these things. What is the definition of lean management and need of lean management in different types of industries, and the history of lean evaluation, and what are the various lean principles and types of waste, and examples of waste in different industrial scenario. Let quickly started. So yes, the lean management, wonderful concept where you can ask some operational excellence teams and business excellence teams. They're mainly focusing on how to optimize the process. What is lean management? Do you know? Have you heard about lean management? Maybe if you're fresher, you may not listen to that words. If you are from industrial engineering and some mechanical domain related engineers, they may be aware of that what is lean and everything. If other postgraduate persons like MBA and other engineering groups may not be aware of what is lean management. It's a very interesting concept. Let me explain you go through what is lean management. The lean management is mainly focused on waste elimination method, where we can organization teams respective teams are working on the how we are going to optimize the process. The employees in the team, the business excellence and operational excellence team, they are mainly looking to how to reduce the cycle time of the process. Let us consider on a simple example. In an organization, suppose let us consider a product. Let us consider some one product is producing within 10 days time. The lean management concept will tell you by applying this lean concept how you are going to reduce the 10 days time to produce a product from 2 days time to produce the product. The main intention of the lean management is the customer focused. That means what all the value addition that are giving to the customer, that is the main the lean is focusing. Let us consider the customer is expecting to deliver the product within 10 days time. Within 10 days time you are taking more than 10 days time, means the customer may not be satisfied. I will give you one situation like this. The customer expectation is 10 days time to deliver one product, but as a part of your organization process it is 15 days time is there. So in that situation, how we are going to satisfy the customer means that is very difficult to satisfy customer. Why? Because you have process time of about 15 days, but customer is expecting the product should be delivered within 10 days. The gap is almost 5 to 7 days are there. That means I'm asking you to deliver within 10 days, but your process is taking about 15 days. How we are going to deliver the product as per the customer requirements? In order to satisfy the customer requirements, what these lean management concept will talk about, what are all the value added activities in our particular process, you have to identify that one. And later you have to identify what are all the non value added activities. The to eliminate the non value added activities, the lean management is one of the best principle, not only for organization, it is also for personal lives. Wherever the problem is there, whether we want to enhance our productivity, whether we want to reduce our cost, the lean management is one of the best principle. The products and services are driven in right moments to right location at the right time and the right condition. The lean co-management will talks about the same thing what I have explaining till now. The customer is expecting to deliver his product with on time to right location at right time in the right condition. They're expecting quality of the product is also is 100%. One is the time what you have delivered and the particular quality and the cost. These are all the things. The mainly the lean concept focus on waste concept. And coming to thinking, if you want to develop the lean management, you have to think in the lean thinking. That means how we are going to eliminate the waste. The lean thinking means wherever the waste is there, how we have to optimize, how to eliminate the waste. You have to think in such a way that if there is a process, as a lean management guy, as a lean management knowledge guy, you have to know how to eliminate the waste, how to create the value for the organization with the least waste of within the short possible time. This is the main principle of lean thinking. The main building blocks of lean management are, maybe some of you might be know about 5S lean manufacturing and 8 ways and the visual management and standardization work. If you are expert, if you want to expertise in the particular lean management, the lean thinking is also very important as an individual, as a professional, as a fresher. The main goal of lean thinking is the continuous stream which delivers customer value. These are the main focusing on. So the customer is the value creation. You have to think in such a way that only. Okay. Coming to, we'll see what are all the main building blocks of lean management, and this is the particular main building blocks of lean management. At the bottom level, we have the lean principles, and second level, we have culture platform, and third level, we have some key building blocks, and at the top, we have lean business. That means the lean starts from the lean principles, where the foundation for the lean management, and that should be interrelated with the people, organization, and culture. Okay. And that should be correlated with the key building blocks like 5S and 8 ways, standardized work, and visual management. This should be interlinked to the continuous process improvement. Once this align with all these principles, the lean operation, all the 4 levels are the input for the lean operation. That means these lean principles, cultural platform, and key buildings are the foundation for the lean operation, or we can call it as also lean business. We have lean principles are 5 as per lean management and methodology. One is the value, and another one is value chain, and somebody will call it as value map stream mapping, value stream mapping, and flow process. And we have to create the pull, and we have to create the seek the perfection in order to align the process. And second one is, if you apply the lean principles to any organization, the culture will establish. If you go to anywhere, the particular the culture will establish. They will talk about the lean concept, where the waste is there, the people, organization, and culture all the put together. So we will form some sort of lean principles. If it is a method, if it is a process, they have to adopt the particular lean principles there wherever it is possible. And the key building blocks are, what is the 5S, and what are the 8 types of waste, and what is the standardization work. That means if you go to anywhere, they perform the standardized work. That means SOP, standard operating procedure. In any organization, if there is a process, in order to give 100% quality within the short span of time, there are always some standard operating procedures are there. Somebody will call it as work instructions, somebody will call it as control plan. I can say it is a standard operating procedures, and the visual management is one of the best methodologies. So to, in fact, if you want to have lean management, the visual management is also very important, where we have to reduce the time by collecting the tools, by collecting the some sort of activities and everything. And the continuous process improvement. This is the main important continuous process improvement. The continuous process improvement will talks about, so it's a day wise we have to progress. So day wise we have to progress in order to align our industries as a part of lean culture. And wherever the process is there, we have to optimize the process by applying all these principles. So wherever the process is there, we have to think in a lean operation. The management is expecting from the employees, where we are creating value addition in the process. That means we are optimizing a process with lean management. That is the main motto of the building blocks, how it will helps to the lean management, the 5S and 8 ways, standardized work, and visual. Coming to why lean management is required as an individual, as an organization level. So you somebody will come to, yes, yes, the lean management is required. Why the lean management is required? Now, how we are going to apply for an individual? Once you learn about the lean management as an individual, it develops your thinking process. In the initial slides, I say the lean thinking also required in order to understand the lean management and application of lean management in the process. That means, as if you learn the lean management or whatever it may be, it will give you some leadership thought process. It will enhance your thought process. And second one is decision making skills. The decision as a leader, as an individual, if you're an employee of an organization, the decision is one of the best, not only best, it is very important thing where we have some take a key decisions within short span of time which will give more impact to the organization. The decision making is one of the best thing. If we learn the lean management concept, whether we have to execute the plan A or whether we want to execute the plan B, so once you learn the lean management, you are expertise in execute the decision making in order to achieve the goals within a short span of time. And coming to third one, what is the ability to use problem solving tools and techniques? Because of this lean management, once you learn about how you are, if there is a problem, some people will, if there is a problem, they will afraid. So we don't, they will follow some conventional methods, like what's their previous experience, the same thing they have to follow. No, no. Once you learn the lean management, there is some set of methodology is there. So you have that ability to reach that goal in similar fashion. And the last one is better as an individual, as a manager, whoever may be, whether you're a professional or whether you're an experienced guy. The lean management will give you a lot of advantages in order to enhance your career and also enhance to your maturity while decision making and problem solving. Okay, coming to organization level. So once it has an impact in individual, that should be correlated with the organization. Why? Because we are all working for an organization, or you will become an entrepreneur also. The lean management also will helpful for your organization. One is the improved quality of product or services. Because of this, what I'm saying is from the light from starting, I'm talking about the lean management will give you 100% quality, and the delivery time should be the customer expectations will reach, and the process cycle time will be reduced. And because of this lean management, the staff skills has also a particular on the particular domain and how to process the thing, and common language throughout the organization. That means that's where I'm saying now standard operating procedures will give common language. Let us consider some example. Let us consider now we are in traffic on traffic signal. The red light indicates what we have to stop, the green light indicates we have to go. Like that, if we have a lean management and lean concepts in any organization, there should be always standards out there. So that is the standard operating procedures we'll talk about. That means the lean management is very helpful. It is a must need for any organization as an individual also, in order to apply the lean concepts to our personal problems as well as the organization level problems. What lean management is actually says, I will show in a just business as usual. And what's the difference between if you implement the lean manufacturing in business and without lean manufacturing? If you go to the top one, business as usual, there is no lean manufacturing concept actually. From what normally business will talk about, from the customer order to product shipment. That means the customer input order which has to be taken, that has to be produced, and that has to be dispatched, and that has to be shipment for the product shipment. See, if there is no lean management, that thought process is not there, that will take more time. If you compare the lean manufacturing and business as usual in pictures, the time is taken more in the business as usual. That means there are so many number of wastes are there. So yes, I'm repeatedly talking about waste. Definitely in coming slides we will know what are the different types of waste. That's let us assume that now there is a time waste is there. And customer order, from customer order to product shipment, there is a time waste is there. That means the lot of time has been wasted in, so from right from customer order activity to product shipment. Whereas coming to lean manufacturing, the let us assume in business as usual with time taking about 60 hours. If you implement the lean manufacturing, I can say the customer from customer order to product shipment, it will take less than time. That means as business usual, we have 60 hours time in order to produce and dispatch the product. Here it will take only 20 hours time. So we'll see what are all the methods that will eliminate more time taking, and which will give you more time, more operator fatigue. That means the difficulties in the process. So that will leads all comes under if you implement the lean manufacturing, the time to produce the goods and deliver to the customers will also reduce. We will see in the further slides. So what I'm saying is, whether it is why the lean management in different types of industries, whether that is the first one. If you go to the first one, Honda, Toyota, Hyundai, Nissan, General Motors, Suzuki, Volkswagen. These are all automotive industries or manufacturing industries. And if you come to second one in the first row, that is all pharma companies. Merck is there, Cadbury is there, Sanofi is there, Abbott is there, Pfizer is there. If you come to second row, first column, if you have Microsoft, Wipro, Nokia, Google, IBM. If you last one is Amazon e-commerce. Maybe the different types of industries, why the management is mainly focusing only in whether it is automotive, whether it is manufacturing, whether it is pharma, whether it is IT sector, whether it is commerce. The mainly the people are thinking about how we are optimize the process in order to satisfy the customer with low cost investment. This is the main motto of any organization. Why the normally why the industry they will set up an industry is to get the profits, right? In order to get the profits, so they are not supposed to supply the poor quality to customer, but at the same time they have to produce the 100% of the 100% quality products. Then only the customer satisfaction is there, then only our industries will survive. That means the industries, they are mainly focusing on how to optimize the production process, how to optimize the investment, and how to improve our quality and how to improve their productivity. These are all the main concepts where the particular lean management is required in different types of industries. If you look at automotive, whether it is pharma, whether it is IT, whether it is e-commerce, maybe the production process different, but the lean methodology is same. In order to eliminate the waste, in order to satisfy the customer, this is the main motto of any industry. Now the lean management concept is talks about. So the main lean manufacturing, it's a business philosophy. Yes, it's a business philosophy where we can call it as a, if you are in studies, there nobody will talk about the lean manufacturing. They will say time waste, cost waste, this is a poor quality. But the lean manufacturing is a business philosophy where we can reduce the cost. That is one first foremost important usage. And second one is eliminate waste, and third one is increase productivity and maintain high levels of quality and significant increase in your profit. If you apply lean manufacturing in any industry, it will lead to all these things. What do you mean by productivity? Suppose if you are doing one activity in 8 hours, if you apply it for whatever the activity that you are doing, suppose let us assume you are doing one operation for 8 hours, that operation is taking about 8 hours time. If you apply the lean management concept, it will reduce the 8 hours time for doing that particular operation to 6 hours or 5 hours by eliminating non value added activities. That means the waste. We will see what are the different types of waste and everything. Okay. And significant increase in your profit. Once your productivity and increases, automatically the profits will increase. Why? Because you are doing, you are doing before lean manufacturing, we are doing 8 hours time for do a particular operation. Now what will happen is, because of lean manufacturing, the 2 hours time, that means you are doing that operation in 6 hours. That means the 2 hours is the cost saving to the organization. The 2 hours time is proportional to cost savings. That means that 2 hours can be utilized for the further operation where we can create value added for the organization. I hope I'm very clear on the what's the lean manufacturing and what are the lean management principles and how we are what are the benefits of the lean management in different types of industries. We'll see in further slide. And history of lean evolution. Yes, till now we discuss about what is the lean management and why the lean management is required in different industries, whether it is automotive or pharma or IT or e-commerce or banking or whatever it may be. You have to know how the lean evolution has started, where it has started, and who it has started. And there is a there is a person, Eli Whitney is the one person. He started about in 1850. So they're thinking about interchangeable parts. So why? Because while changing the parts there is more time taken for them, so that is a one concept they have evolved. After that, 1878, there is a Frederick W. Taylor is the one person who is mainly talk about the scientific management concepts, how we are going to deal about the lean concepts in the particular process. In 1904, Frank Gilbert is the one person who will talk about the motion study and the process. If you look into 1908, the Henry Ford is a person, he mainly talks about just, that means just in time, and he is also focused on charts. That means the control charts are there, how the process is going on, whether there is a deviation in the process, or whether they're taking more time based on the charts. Let us consider if there are 10 activities are there, he used to apply the charts process. From 1945 to 1970, it's very important. One is Ishikawa, Edwards Deming. They're mainly focusing on Toyota production systems. Ishikawa is the father of quality cycle, and Edward Deming is the father of PDCA cycle, plan, do, check it. Maybe some of you might have been known that. And Toyota production system is one of the best one. And 1949 to 1975, the Shingo and Ohno, they're mainly working on the quality movement where the industries are the at that time during the World War II, and these are the things, these are the persons, after World War II they are mainly concentrating on how they have to improve their products without with less cost investment. And so they are mainly they are focusing on Shingo and Wohno. There are two people those who are operating in quality movement. And in 1980, the Womark Industries and GE and Kawasaki, the person, and they're mainly focusing on the manufacturing systems. That the General Electric company and Kawasaki, they are mainly how they have to apply these concepts to the manufacturing system. And from 1990 to today, the industrial engineers are mainly focusing on lean manufacturing. That's why some of you might have from industrial engineers, and some of them are mechanical engineers, and that they will take care of all these lean manufacturing concepts. That means the process is same, but the names are different. But now we are call it as lean manufacturing. Earlier we'd call it as some manufacturing system. Somebody will call it as quality movement, and somebody call it as Toyota production system. And whatever may be the philosophy, the lean manufacturing will talks about elimination of waste. This is the brief history of lean evolution, how we have to apply that lean evolution in that concept, how they have started and where it has started, and what are all the contributions by each scientist and everything, right? So we'll see by one, and I actually work hard to get all the photos and who is elevating. Maybe I am not aware of elevating, but I have that information with me. Just I am sharing with their photos with and what they have contributed in the upcoming slides. The first person is like is sitting is like a king. So he is the Eli Whitney is most famous for perfection of interchangeable parts. He's the person he started is how he has to interchangeable, how while transferring from one product to another product, he's the expertise in that interchangeable parts. And the second person is Frederick W. Taylor, is a concept of scientific management, how he has to apply the concepts in industries. And the Frank Gilbert on the top, there are two persons who originated the idea of eliminating waste. These are the two key persons. They are also talking about JIT, just in time, and lean manufacturing. How these processes are, they're mainly focusing on idea eliminating the waste concept. This is one of the best one. They have done that exercise, and Frank Gilbert and Leon Gilbert, they have added also motion study. While there is a process, they will identify the motion. That means tracking each second of time, how the process is going on, and the process charting, how they have to apply the charts, how the process is going on, whether it take the first, let us consider first activity, how much time it has been taken, and how much time it has been processed. And these are all the things by Frank Gilbert and Leon Gilbert people. And coming to second one, he's Henry Ford. He's also one of the best person. He's a practitioner of just-in-time and lean manufacturing concepts. Whereas Frank Gilbert, they have started, but he has applied that concepts in that particular manufacturing system. Took all the elements of manufacturing system and people, missions, toolings, and products, and arrange them in a continuous system. Why? Because we have to make everything in just in time, not a just we have just in time means as a, with less time we have to produce the products. Let us consider maybe some of you might have observed that the car changing tire wheel the process, wheel changing process. Earlier it take more time. Now it takes less time, right? That's all because of the lean manufacturing concepts. That machining, tooling, automatic tooling came into the picture. Once at a time, it has to be applied to the particular replacement, or we can call it as reinventing the process. That means earlier there is a x and y z process. Now we can call it as xy process. Why? Because we applied the lean manufacturing concept there. And third one, very important, the Ishikawa, Edward Deming, and Joseph Juran. These are the persons. They're from Ishikawa. Is the first person is Ishikawa. He's the quality circle father, and Edwards Deming is second person, is the father of PDA cycle, plan, do, check, act. And Joseph Jiran is one of the person who had almost he lived more than he's one of the best scientists who lived more than 100 years. Very interesting fact about Joseph Juran, what I would like to share with you. And he mainly lives in the quality field only. Out of all the years of together of work experience, he is a main originator of quality pillar, and they are mainly talking about how they have to apply the quality control practices. Statistically, quality control practices means how we are going to produce the product by applying statistics to maintain the quality. That means to enhance the quality, we have to apply the statistics. This is the main where the three persons are play a crucial role, where we have to produce the product by applying some statistical concepts like control charts and plan to check act, and some other histogram and Pareto chart. Maybe you might be some of you might be aware of these particular tools and techniques also. But I would like to share some of the statistical quality control tools what now we are doing now, as under like bar charts. If it's a manufacturing process, if the control charts is common, and run charts, somebody will call it as run charts, and somebody will call it as they will draft some histograms, and the temperature and pressure monitoring related things, graphs and everything. And mainly they will mainly focusing on they are in 1945 and 1970. The TPS is one of the best Toyota production system, so they have adopted 14 principles. Some of you might be aware of that 14 principles. And coming to Shingo and Wohno, they're also working on how to set up time. That means changeover problem. Let us consider if any manufacturing process is there. So we have to change the one type of product, another product of another product. There is always changeover will be there. That means in terms of mold or in terms of that particular activity, they have to set up and change over time is one of the major big problem in manufacturing industry. They mainly concentrate on how to reduce the change over time from one mold to another mold, or from one setup to another setup. That means, let us consider if an industry is producing two or three products. One customer will ask 10 products. For suppose let us assume we have three process. One customer will ask for one setup, another customer will ask another setup, and another customer will ask about one setup. That means based on the customer satisfaction, based on the customer requirements, you have to change that setup. That means the mold or the process or the things we have to change. From changing from one process to another process, there is always delay is there. There they have Ohno and Shingo, they have identified there are the losses, there is a time loss in that process. They have invented that one, that is called JIT and the Toyota production system, stockless production and world class manufacturing production they have contributed. And coming to what you call it as world class manufacturing means the first lean manufacturing system where it has the TPS General Electric, and we're achieving success through TPS management systems. So General Electric is one of the best company where they have adopted TPS Toyota production system and Lean Six Sigma concepts as first lean manufacturing system. It is one of the best company. So where they have adopted the first lean, they will teach everything to the world, not by different persons. They will teach everything to the world because of their success by implementing the lean manufacturing systems. They have started some sort of pressing problem. They have some sort of press problem is there. So in order to pressing is one of the process in a manufacturing process. So they have started some sort of how to apply the lean manufacturing process to the particular person. They realized that they got the success that I would like to share in 1980s. Coming to this person has really changed the world. You can buy the book also, you can browse and Google it also. The Mission That Changed the World is one of the best book where we can learn so many things, how the lean manufacturing income and what are all the things we have to what are all the pros and cons of the lean manufacturing, if it is despite what we have the company and everything. So how we are going to produce a mass production with less time and less people and less cost investment, and these are all the things they will talk about. So is one of the writer in 1990, James Womack. He's the person that he is the author of that the Mission That Changed the World. Is the one of the best book if you want to learn about the lean manufacturing. You can buy it in Google or on Amazon or whatever it may be the source. You can buy it also. That will helpful for you, those who want to pursue their career in manufacturing. Okay, this is one of the best thing where they have that there is it's a good book, I can say. I have gone through the book, and so just I'm sharing my experience. Okay. And the example, what are the lean principles and types are very interesting. What are the lean principles you're talking about from right from starting? And how to identify the value is the first person. First, there are five principles are there in lean management. The first one is identify the value. That means we have to identify what is the value addition to the customer. Then the second one is map the value stream, how much time it has creating now as is condition. That means let us consider if we have three items are there, so how much value it is creating to your organization. You have to map the value stream. And third one is create flow. You have to establish the flow process. You should create at one flow it should go. And the fourth one is establish pull system. That means we have to wherever the delay is there, we have to pull it. That is the concept, as we will see in future what's the pull system versus push system. And based on that, after that we have to seek perfection is one of the another one where we have to focus. These are the five core principles of the lean management. If somebody will ask what are the lean principles and how many are there, there are five principles, and one is the first one is identify the value, and second one is map the value stream and create flow, and fourth one is establish pull, and the seek perfection is one of the last one. We'll see, we'll go through in detail what is identify value and what is the map to the value stream and so this is the five-step process. It's all in English, so I don't want to go into that details. Just I would like to give some sort of information. So the five-step first is the value and what is the value specify. You have to value specify from starting from the order to the last dispatch. You have to identify the value, and the second one is create the value stream. That means you have to identify what are all the value stream. That means what are all the value added activities, what are all the non-value added activities, and you have to identify in such a way that so in order to align your process, you have to create the value stream. That means majorly, that means suppose let us consider if we have 10 activities. If you have 10 activities, you once you have this value stream, that means how much what is value added or non-value added. The follow-up is a non-value added activity in any organization. The follow-up is a non-value added activity for customer. Let us consider if there is a batch process there, if there is a cycle time is there, the cycle time is only value addition for the customer. The follow-ups and all the non-value added activities for the customer, right? So first we have to identify what's the value stream for each product family and eliminating whenever possible those steps that do not create value. That means which does not create value, you should keep it in the non-value added things. Okay, now the third one is the flow. Create flow. We have to make the value creating steps occurs in types so the product will flow smoothly toward the customer. That means in first stage we identify the process. What is the process right from starting this last stage? And in second stage we'll identify what are all the non-value added activities and what are all the value added activities in the process. And this third one, what you will do is majorly you will focus on what are all the non-value additives. You remove that one, and based on that, once you remove the non-value added activities, that means to eliminate the time, to eliminate the non-value added that having some time, so that you will save some time to the organization, where that in turn give the cost valuation for the organization. If you're coming to fourth one, as flow is introduced, less customers pull value from the next upstream activity. That means pull system means where the once the flow is produced, the pull system is we have to pull it out from where with the next upstream activity. Let the customers has to pull the upstream activity. Coming to fifth one, as the value is specified, value streams are identified. That means so the waste that's what I'm saying. So the lean principles will talks about if there is a process, what you will do simply. If there is a process, you have to identify what is the starting point and what is the ending point in the first phase. And in second phase, what you will do is what is the non-value added activities, what are the value added activities in second phase, you identify. And in third phase, where the values are creating, that you have to flow, that you have to create the flow, and remaining all you have to eliminate. And based on that, we will adopt the pull process. That means when the customer has to pull, and because of these things, so the waste has reduced. That means the all non-value added activities and the non-value added activities and the required non-value added activities will eliminate from the process. This is the one type of process where we will have some sort of some sort of identification of non-value added activities for the organization. We will see what next what the so these are all the principles of lean principles of the organization, how we are going to implement the five-step thought process for the implementation of lean techniques. I'm giving some sort of information. In future we'll see what are all the different types of lean concepts like 5S, non-value added things, and standardization work, and Six Sigma and everything. Then we'll see. Okay, I hope you understood. If any lean concept is, if you want to apply the lean concept, first you have to identify the process, what is the starting point and where is the ending point, and then we have to list it out all the activities, what is the time taken for that each activity. In that we have to, based on your knowledge or based on your experience, you have to identify what are all the non-value added activities, what are all the value added activities. Then you eliminate the non-value added activities. Then you arrange the value added activities in one line, and check that whether it is feasible for you or not. You want to add some more activities also, that's fine. That is called value for perfection. I hope you understood. And these are the types of waste. Have you heard about Toyota model, 3M model? So the Toyota 3M model will talks about the 3M means the first three letters. These are all the Japanese terms. The Mura, Muri, and Moda. Mura means, if you see the first picture here, there is unevenness. That means Mura means unevenness. I will go by one. I will see. Okay, what do you mean by Mura? If you what you have understood from that picture, first picture, unevenness. That means if you have a two member in your team, if you have two member in your team, if we keep on adding some work on one person, and if you ask one person to become free, that is called as unevenness. That means you have to allocate the work parallelly. There should not be unevenness among the teams. If one unevenness among the teams is there, there is always some sort of frustration and everything. This is also called of waste for the organization. And coming to Muri, so it's very interesting. In the second picture, if you see that one, there is a overburden. If one person are there, if you keep on adding work, keep on adding work, what might he feel is called overburden. He will leave the organization definitely. Why? Because he feel overburdened. The work is overburdened and everything, right? So normal. That's why in an organization the attrition is more. There may be overburden of work activities and everything, right? And coming to Muda is actually waste concept. And the Muda is called actual waste. We have to spell it out as Muda. Muda is a Japanese term. That is a Toyota 3M model. That's why 3M model means the first three words start with M. And there are eight types of waste. So that eight types of waste, I am giving some acronym. That is called Tim Woods, like sandalwood or sandal. That is called as Tim Woods. Like T means, I will tell you. We will teach you about what is a Tim Woods. We'll talk about and everything. That is a Tim Woods. You have to remember the short form is not Time Woods. That is called Tim, Tim. WOODS, team woods is easy to remember. So, what are the how many types? If somebody will ask, what are the different types of waste in an organization or as per lean concept? Means there are 8 types of waste that is called team woods. Okay, we'll see what are all the T means, I means, M means, W means, O means, another O, D, and S. I hope you heard about the types of waste, the Toyota 3M model and Moda, and what are the 8 types of waste. We'll see. No, right from starting, I'm saying he's saying what waste, what type of waste. He's giving lecture. Is waste is also right. I would like thinking that. I can say like what is the T means transport, I means inventory, M means movement, and W means waiting, and unnecessary process. O means overproduction, defects means, and a non-utilized talent. That means teamwork is a concept where we have to identify some 8 types of waste, right? So 8 types of waste is teamwork, right? T means transport. That means the over transport is also one type of waste for any organization. Let us assume that in an organization, if there is a repeated movement of pallet truck, in the image itself is clearly explaining us, stating that if there is a way, if there is a movement, repeated movement of any vehicle, that also leads to waste. That means transporting from goods from one place to another place and again from one place to another place. That takes a lot of time to dispatch the product, dispatch the produced product to the customer. Why? Because some organizations have not that much of facilities and everything. So repeated movement of transport is one type of waste. And coming to second one, it's very interesting. Inventory. Let us assuming that if we required only, if the customer requires only 2 products, if we keep on adding inventory, that means 3 products or 4 products to your inventory, whether it is value addition or non-value addition, everybody can say if we have only two, that is called as value addition. The customer is only asking two products. But if we have n more than two in the inventory, that means 3 or 4 or 5, who will pay the amount to particular products? That means you are creating more inventory. Over inventory is also one type of waste for organization. And third one is movement, or somebody will discuss a motion. That means in an organization or in any college or anywhere, you keep on identify some persons used to walk from there and here to there like that. Okay, why? They are supposed to get the tools what are all the required for their process. They're supposed, let us consider, if you're an office, you go to the printer and then again come back, there is no papers, and again you have to move from there to here to get the papers and take the printouts and from movement. So this is also one type of waste that kills the time, right? So because of this, that in place, that means if there is no everything in its place, if there is no nothing is there in place, what will happen is you keep on going to searching. That means you are moving from this place to another place to for searching the particular tools, or to get the tools or to get the papers. So these are all that comes under movement. And coming to fourth one, waiting. Waiting is one of the interesting point. How many of you go to the hospital and there is a waiting is there, and some of you might be. Let me tell you in this situation. Suppose if you go to a restaurant, so waiting is actually waste. How we can say is the customer satisfaction is not there. If we wait more time, how do you feel? If the restaurant person is waiting more time for deliver to the what are the things to order to eat, so that is also one type of waste for the particular organization. That means because of that waiting, the customer may leave the one, right? So in fact, in an organization also, there is a waiting for the process from one stage to another stage. The waiting is also one type of waste for the organization. That we have to take care of that waiting process. And another O, that means Tim Wo, WO. O means there is a over processing, that we can call it as also unnecessary processing. We can from easily we can see the repeated process. The repeated process. Okay, let me give you one simple example that can be easily applied to our process. Okay, So on the day, everyone, so those who want to move from office to home to office, and how many of you in the morning lock the door initially? Yes, I too lock the door, and I will check whether it is properly locked or not. And then again, what we will do, we will go forward again 10 to 15 foot, and again what we'll do, we'll again come back, and again we'll check whether the particular lock is properly locked or not, otherwise his door is open or light is open, right? This is called as unnecessary process. That means doing repeated activities, that is all unnecessary. So in that way, in an industry also, there is unnecessary process. That means reviewing same thing, doing repeated activities, redundant operations, these are all called as unnecessary operations, unnecessary over processing. There's also one type of waste for organization. And coming to sixth one, the overproduction. That means if a customer orders you to produce two types or two products, if you produce because of defects and because of confidence and everything, because of less confidence, we are producing 10 goods. Who will pay? The customer will not pay. That is not value addition for your customer. Either that is not value added for your organization also, because of we are investing some cost, right, to procure raw materials and everything. That is also overproduction is also non-value addition for the organization. That is also one type of waste. And coming to defect and reworks, you maybe heard about what are all the defects. And defects is also one type of waste for the organization. So multiple things, like what are all the process defects, and the rework also is also one type of waste for the organization. That means it will take more time now. So once you produce the goods with quality, otherwise if you produce the defects, that is also one type of waste for the organization. And one more thing is here, I would like to share. And one more thing is, last one is S, means unused skill or non-utilized talent means, non-utilized talent means some persons we are not actually utilizing them, because they have some talent but you are not utilizing. Non-utilized talent is also one type of waste of our organization. If you recruit one employee, you have to utilize him properly. There is a, if you are not utilizing the employee talent properly, there is also one type of waste for the organization. That means you are paying for that particular candidate. That's why the non-utilized talent is also one of the waste for the organization. That means this total transport, inventory, movement, and waiting, unnecessary process, overproduction, defect, and rework, non-utilized talent are all the different types of waste for any organization, where we'll have some sort of, this is called waste concept. If somebody will call, ask you what are the different types of waste as per lean manufacturing, means eight types of waste that we can simply remember as an acronym. That is a TIM words. Okay, this is a TIM words. That is a one concept where we'll have some TIM words concept. We'll see what the different industries, how we can say there's a transport. The first one is unnecessary. In different industries, I am giving some sort of situations and just I am giving some sort of information to you. Unnecessarily transport means unnecessarily moving things, equipment, parts, and tools and materials from one place to another place. What I am saying in the previous slide is also same. And inventory, making more than customer demand, building up of unnecessary stocks is one type of waste in an industries. And motion from one place to another place, this place to that place, and waiting operations. Because of delays in operations, what will happen? We have to wait for the process approvals and everything from one process to another process. If there is a process, that should be happen in a smooth way. If there is a delay is happened, the next section will waiting for that product. That is also waiting is one of the major waste for any organization in order to satisfy the customer. And third, fourth one is overproduction, making too much or too many. That is very important. We have to take care. The if your produce the customers hasn't ordered, that is also one type of waste for the organization. And the war processing is one of the best thing redundant operations you are doing, as I said earlier. Also, the redundant operations is one of the best thing, best full steps for that. The redundant operations is one of the best for the organization. As you said, defects is the same. And skills, you have to utilize the skills, and you have to utilize the common talented people. There's also one type of waste for the organization. I hope I very clearly explained what are all the eight types of waste and how it is going to create the waste for the organization. And the Tim Woods is the main concept: transport, inventory, motion, waiting, overproduction, overprocessing, defects, and unused skill. They're all the different types of waste. Okay. Let me go through a simple quiz on lean management. Now that we will cover almost what are all the different types of lean management and what are the different types of waste and what are all the different types of lean principle from the last 55 minutes. So first question is, I will spell it out, is lean management focus on elimination of waste. I will read out all questions. You remember whether it is true or false on your way. And the how many types of waste are there and what are they? Is lean manufacturing leads to enhancements of productivity? Is it true or false? What are all the principles of lean? What is Mura means? What is Muda? And Muri means? Who wrote the book The Mission That Changed the World? So these are all the things where we have to just I'm giving some sort of, it's not a examination. Just I am giving some quick review on this. The first question is, let me go through each question so that I will explain so that you remembered everything. I hope everyone has their own answers. Is lean management focus on elimination of waste? Yes, true. What we are discussing is the lean management is focus on elimination of waste. Yes, the first answer is true. How many types of wastes are there and what are they? So the types of waste are, how many are there? Eight types of waste. And what are they? That is a Tim Woods. We can call it as Tim Woods. And transport, inventory, motion, waiting, overproduction, overprocessing, defects, unused skill. I hope I am very clear for the second answer. And third one is lean manufacturing leads to enhancement of productivity? Yes. Why? Because if you implement the lean manufacturing, the productivity will enhance by eliminating the waste, right? So it's true. What are all the principles of lean? There are five principles. One is value, create value, value mapping stream, and create flow, and create pull, and pursuit perfection or seek perfection. This is a fourth answer. I hope we are very clear. There are five principles of lean management or lean. One is create value and value stream mapping, create flow, and fourth one is pull, and fifth one is seek perfection. What is Mura means? What is Mura? That is called as unevenness. What is Muda? Sixth question. If you talk about sixth question, that is what is Muda? Muda means waste. What you're saying is waste is eight types of waste. What is Muri? That is called as overburden. And who wrote the book The Machine That Changed the World? James Womack is the person who wrote the book. You can go through that book, The Mission That Changed. It's a wonderful book where we can learn some interesting facts about what is the lean manufacturing and the history of lean manufacturing and how the mission that changed the world is a very nice book. You can buy it from Amazon or you can buy it from local stores also. That will helpful for your future. I hope before I'm giving answers and everything, I hope because of to listen to this lecture from the last 1 hour, you may be aware of all these particular answers also. And so, so with this, I would like to conclude the session of the lean management for 1 hour. And thanks for your patience and listening. You can listen to this video and you can approach me on the IIBM media routine and so